80% mortality rate works for you. For a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the hogs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, please won't you be my gamers?
Hey, Trev Hart. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. We've had some technical issues today, but I think we've got them figured out. And tonight, you will be, hopefully, Trev. You'll be able to hear me in a second. Tonight, it is Hyperborea time. This is the player's manual. Believe it or not, I've heard people are starting to get their leatherette texts, so everyone can start playing Hyperborea 3E. We're a little late and we want to get to gaming. So let's head over to the tabletop and let GM Zach take over.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Sorry again that I missed last week, but good everyone back. Where we last left off, you had been just tasked by Avak, head of the Smugglers Guild, with going to the old graveyard of Khromarium, there to recover a device that he said would be of use to him in controlling the creature that he has drug up from under Borea. I believe that that's kind of where we left off. What are your plans? How do you mean to accomplish this?
I think that we had discussed, we went to a few different people in the, I don't know if that actually happened, Zach, or not, but we had talked about talking to people in the Discord chat about trying to gain some information or something. Am I accurate there, guys? Does anybody remember?
Maybe something like we were going to go during the daytime, but maybe back through town we ask about visiting the graveyard or something. Is that what you mean?
I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like he might have given us some information already.
There was something about, like, isn't it it's walled or gated? Like, it's not like a common place for visitors. Was that right, Zach?
Well, it's not a common place for visitors. It is no longer actively, they're not burying people, but it is outside the walls of Khromarium. Over on the Owlbear map, it is this section out here.
So we should stop by a florist so we have some plausible deniability, lay some flowers on some tombs, that sort of thing.
If nobody actually visits
ancestors.
If nobody actually visits it, then how would that be plausible?
Right. Those people probably don't bring flowers.
I'm not sure I get it. I feel confused. All right.
Well, grave robbing is definitely illegal. Necromancy being quite a problem in Hyperborea. They don't really want people stirring up things. So you do have, you can't just go in and start digging up a grave. But you do have directions roughly to what you are looking for. Avak tells you that the particular mausoleum that you want to find is going to be towards the back. There's kind of a hill that slopes up towards the forest. And at the base of that hill, sort of set into it, almost half covered in the hill, kind of like combination mausoleum / barrow, is a particular one that has a strange geometric design on like a crest over the door. The door itself might be broken or something because the previous attempt to get in there. So yeah, that's the best that he can give you. I mean, this graveyard is the size of, like a small village almost.
So I think we know we're going underground, and like there were symptoms that someone picked up on that thought it was like mummy rot related that someone came back with.
There was something that people who went into the mausoleum barrow, they came out with some disease and they died a few days after.
Anything we want to gear up for? Some N95 masks, kind of thing.
Yes. Is that possible?
Is what possible?
What do we know about mummy rot? I thought one of the characters was familiar with it or something like that.
I was familiar with related to rituals of preparing the corpses, etc. But I don't know if exactly I have the knowledge about that disease.
You know that for these cultures that go through particular efforts to preserve their corpses and entomb them, that unfortunately actually builds up a gaseous rot vapor within the tomb that tends to be fairly airtight. And so if you go and bust one of these things open, you are likely to release it. And that the kind of disease that was described, it fits that.
By knowing the process of how it happens, do we have any ideas or do we know like how we might circumvent that, or is that for us to come up with?
That is up for you to come up with. Up to you to come up with, yes.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on like background lore, but do we know why the graveyard is not within the city walls itself? Does it pre-exist the building of the majority of the city? Is that why it's out there?
No. This would be a graveyard that would have been used a few hundred years ago. But the city itself is like over 1,000 years old.
Okay.
So during a time of excess warring and stuff where they had some overflow, apparently.
Okay. So that's the reason for building out there. And so they're not tombs necessarily for only like rich families.
No, there's lots of plots out there.
Lots of plots. Okay.
Of various
In general, asking around, I know we talked about, you mentioned grave robbing being a problem, but does anybody visit the graveyard at this point? Are there families that still go there and take care of?
No, it's not tended. It is quite overgrown. Most people consider it a pretty cursed place that is not very safe.
And so I assume then the city doesn't send guards to even patrol it?
It is close enough to the there, and they definitely don't want, trouble coming out of the graveyard up to nab merchants bringing supplies in. And also, banditry is a big problem when you've got the forest right there. So, there's a decent amount of patrol as far as law and order for the area goes.
If we don't want to exit the city through the north road and be asked about our comings and goings by the guards, maybe we can get a boat and sail to the west and someplace on the coast, just get overland and off the map it would be, and just get to the graveyard lake
Sure.
from the south.
There are docks indicated over here.
Yeah, lots of docks down there. Algasa, you're kind of experienced at seamanship, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. You'd have a good sense that a decent, just stick to close to the coast, canoe or rowboat or something large enough to hold your group would run 100 to 150 gold.
We don't have that money, do we?
We do not have that money.
I think I've got like 2. I got 2 gold pieces I can contribute.
We could steal one.
That price was for purchasing our own, right? What about paying for passage that way? Unless we're worried about somebody communicating that to somebody, but
Yeah, hiring somebody to row you out a ways would be significantly cheaper.
We could say we're going on a fishing trip, although we don't really look like
Like
So
fishermen.
we're gonna leave the
Fishermen.
boat for some undetermined amount of time and then come back.
I really have to pee, so could you just dock over here and I'll be right back, maybe in a day. So
I mean, we might be overthinking it. I mean, wouldn't it be possible
Yeah.
just to head out the North Road and travel a mile out of
And
town and then
travel and
circle
then
around back
come
on
around.
the backside of the hill?
Yeah, that's another.
I suppose just as long as we're not going through that forest, I don't know how safe that'll be, but like going through here would probably not. Is that what you're saying?
It's
Or you
100
just want to come back like
it's
this
like-
way?
It's 100 yards of forest. I mean, how scary can it be?
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we just
I
can-
agree with Hobbs. I think we are overthinking it.
Yeah,
It'll block our light source if we want it, or we can go in the day in that situation. But because it's up on a hill, so any guards, unless they come up on the hill, they're not going to see us, right?
All right, let's do that then.
yeah.
Or-
Let's get some.
Evening so the sun sets in the west, right? So like
Yep.
anyone trying to look up on the hill from town, the sun is going to be right in there. Oh, the sun doesn't even hardly move though on
Yeah,
Crow.
Doesn't get very high. Yeah.
yeah. It's a really long day.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just thinking that it seems like dusk or something like that. We could head out around noon, go around, make our way back slowly and carefully through the woods and up to the graveyard, and then find what we're looking for.
Yeah, let's-
I would have a counter to that. I'd say we go with dawn and try and make it there by noon.
I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with guards. Is the only reason I would say maybe in the evening and night, because if they see lights up there in the graveyard, now we have more issues.
Yeah, fair.
But I don't know. I'm okay either way. I'm not afraid of the dark.
I'm assuming that there's greater incidence or likelihood of the undead roaming about in the evening.
Yeah, probably.
During the day, you have a higher likelihood of being seen by people. At night, you have a higher likelihood of running into monsters. That's usually the trade-off that you're looking at.
He says with a smile.
I mean,
People are-
given how
People are more predictable. That's my only stance. People are more predictable.
Well, we don't. The problem is we don't necessarily right now have a lot of money to grease palms,
Right.
so we may
We-
have
we-
to. Go ahead, Gabe.
Yeah, go out in the daylight so we take advantage of the comings and goings through the city gates, and nobody would pay attention for a group going out.
Okay.
Right.
So, sorry, did I understand you were going during the day, meaning to get there in the evening? Is that
Peter's proposal, dawn, hoping to get there by midday, I think was
dawn? Hoping to get there midday is what you're going for?
Okay.
I officially go on record saying that we should go midday and get there at evening, but
we can always wait. We can always wait.
I'll go along.
Let's
I'll
just
go
start
along.
early.
All
What else
right.
are we doing in the morning? You gonna have a long breakfast? Come on,
It's
let's
not
go.
the morning
Let's
I'm worried about. I like to stay up late.
Don't go to bed.
All right. So do we have all the gear that we need, or we don't have enough money to can be concerned about buying any more gear?
Don't have much.
Any tools we might need to break in whatever seals or
Oh, now we're
the
right.
team has?
Now we're back to the mummy rot, right? So do we want make sure everyone has a wine skin or something, and then have at least some rags they can cover their faces with?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want to get it like a crowbar?
Yeah.
Or,
I don't have
yeah.
a crowbar specifically. Should get that.
Okay, somebody buy a crowbar. I don't know how much it costs.
Yeah. Some
Do we
But
have enough?
Bazaar right over area, the low markets is number 12 over there. So close enough to your hotel. You guys could stop by and pick up some things that you need on your way out.
Do we have enough torches, light sources?
I have 2 torches.
Same with me.
Got a
I can get
lantern.
some
Get
torches.
some oil.
So yeah, pry bar is a gold piece.
Yep, pry bar.
I'll pay it.
All right, you gonna carry it then?
I
2
shall.
copper each for a torch.
Why don't we push up our torches, each of us, to like 5 or 6, or throw in to buy a lantern.
I have a lantern.
Oh, you
and,
do?
I got two flasks of oil for it.
All right. Well, I think we're good then with the pry bar. We need like a shovel or spade or something just in case. Something is at this time, if it's decrepit or something and it started to cave in, we might want to be able to have a shovel to clean stuff out of the way. I don't see shovel in here actually. Surely it's the same cost as a...
Yeah, a gold piece.
ropes.
Surely Aethos wants to carry that.
I do. I love shovels.
All right.
Goes well with my pick.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
did buy some rags or get some rags or steal some towels from the hotel and be able to wear them around our faces once we get out there.
I'll say a silver piece for some towels that you're able to tear up and
Oh, I guess I can pay for that part.
Some canvas, right?
Canvas?
That's not what you want?
Oh, you're not gonna be able to wear canvas over your face, are you?
I don't know.
just cloth.
Yeah. That's what I would say. I can tell Zach's like, Jesus, you guys. We're not overthinking one thing, we're overthinking the next thing. And that's the way we work.
And I'm sure the critical thing we haven't thought about at all. So
Which critical thing?
I don't know. We'll find out when we get there.
Oh, okay.
I'll keep this quick. Zach, I noticed the starting equipment pack for Scout in 2E and 3 is slightly different versus a few torches in 3E versus 2E. I had the lantern and oil. Do you particularly care? I can just switch it to the torches. If that's
You already checked is fine.
okay. Cool. All right. That's the only difference I noted. Just not trying to be a cheater over here.
Yeah, right. I know you are.
I don't know where most of the differences are, really, little things. All right, you guys make your way through Khromarium in the morning, shortly after dawn. You had to wait for the markets to open for you to get some things. But yeah, it's a busy city. A lot going on at this time of day. All working class people out and about in the mornings. That maybe some priests of Apollo setting up their fires and stuff that will burn through the day. But you head out the northwest gates into the fields of Vol and make your way up the road for probably a couple of hours, trying to get a little distance between yourselves and any of the patrols that are out there, and basically waiting for a time when you feel that you are unnoticed to scamper off across the field towards the forest itself, and then make your way back to the graveyard.
Excellent.
And rolling things.
Excellent.
You make it to the forest without feeling that you have attracted any attention. The forest itself is a light forest, marshy grounds, mix of willows and hemlocks and cedars rising up, and very rough, uneven ground itself, very hilly over here. And make your way coming from the north back to the graveyard, so you're actually coming down the hill that these graves all slope out on. Come to the edge of the forest where you can look down into the old graveyard, and you can see that there are a mix of little many mausoleum houses dotting all over the place, little winding lanes that are completely overgrown. There are some just knobby barrows here and there that have been completely overgrown, and you can't even see the entrances to them. Most graves plots that are nothing more than a headstone have been knocked over and worn down to where they're just unreadable rocks marking a place here and there. There is the remnants of an old stone wall, about 2 to 3 feet in height, that loosely winds around the perimeter of the old graveyard. And there's quite a few trees and like within the area as well. As I said, there's nobody that tends this area at all anymore. You do see on the south wall, probably not very visible from the old north road, there are a few guys that are sitting on the wall. Apparently, looks like they're maybe eating a breakfast over there, having a little picnic by the graveyard. Since you're coming from the north, you think you could probably creep down the hill a little bit and look for this mausoleum, your particular target, without being seen by them. But if you need to explore much more of the graveyard, you might attract their attention.
By their clothing, can we discern what their purpose is? Are they guards, kids, merchants, ne'er-do-wells? What?
They look like adult men. Clothing's kind of hard to make out, but doesn't look like uniforms. Whether they're laborers or ne'er-do-wells or fishermen or farmer, you can't tell.
Trappers, whatever.
Yeah.
Do we have a family name for the mausoleum or something specific to market?
But a symbol that is on a crest over it.
Got it. Okay.
And not a symbol you would recognize. It's more of a strange geometric design than what you would consider like a family crest.
Well, we think that it's already open. The mausoleum's already open because that's how they got. No, or did they must have opened it, or they wouldn't have the mummy rot, right? What they said they didn't get it open though. Is that what happened?
He said they opened it.
Okay, so we should be okay. So maybe I think we should try to sneak down.
Okay. And let's see.
This is something I did want to add. I know, or ask. This is like an urban fantasy game, so usually like killing is more difficult because you're often dealing with guards or what have you, or repercussions of killing people. Are you going to use the non-lethal combat rules as written, or is it going to be easier to do non-lethal combat? Did you have any thoughts about that?
What are the non-lethal as written?
I don't know. I didn't look it up. I was just curious.
Anything special? Basically, if you are hitting somebody with a sword, you're likely to kill them. But I would recommend familiarizing yourself a little bit with unarmed combat rules, because if you do want to take somebody, grappling, overbearing, pummeling, that's a good way to do so.
So we should maybe start getting like some blackjacks and stuff for our backstabs or whatever.
Yep. There's also, fighting nets, and there are non-lethal weapons like that.
You can hit someone with the flat of the sword, like subdual. Also. You roll your normal attack and declare that you don't want to slice them. You gotta want to hit it with a flat.
Yeah, that might do a point of damage.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. Is it called non-lethal combat?
It's called unarmored.
Unarmored or unarmed?
Yeah. Unarmed, sorry.
Page 271 of the player's manual is unarmed combat.
But I'm not sure that's really going to be relevant inside the tomb.
No, not necessarily. But if these laborers come down and act, I don't see like we should just outright kill them. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
You can also try to disarm people.
That's why I
Yeah.
was asking.
Yeah. I was actually gonna note. So I had my in-person game last night, and we had a fight where I ended up making a note of this because all their advanced combat stuff. We had, let's see, we had a grapple attempt, we had offhand parry, we had 2-weapon fighting, parry and block fighting, throw and attack, spear setting. Yeah, all of those options actually came up in a single fight and like didn't slow it down at all. I really love that part of Hyperborea's rule system is their advanced rules there. Gives you a lot of options that without it feeling like, using feats or powers or stuff of, other games.
Hobbs, are you concerned about alerting? Sorry,
Sorry, what's your question?
Hobbs, are you concerned about alerting these guys eating? Like, do we want to come up with a play to avoid that? Like, I mean...
Well, that the play is sneak down there and go in. The only thing I was concerned with, if we have to start making noise in there or what happens, then I was just like trying to think ahead. That's all.
Yeah. I only thought occurred to me was like one of us could go like engage them in conversation while everyone else goes in or something.
But we're already like coming from the graveyard. I think the less people that know we're here, the better, is what I feel like.
Cool.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
let's
worry
just
about that
sneak in.
unless it. Yeah, we worry about that if that's an issue.
Is anybody in heavy armor?
I'm in studded leather, which is not heavy.
I think I'm medium. I'm wearing laminated.
Laminated armor? Yeah, I think that's medium. Yeah, very good.
Like a scale mail.
Scale's medium too. Yeah, basically plate mail, field plate, whole plate. Any of the plates are heavy. So yeah, medium armor. You guys aren't too noisy coming down, and you got scout and a couple of thief lead types able to sort of lead the way and look through things. I think you guys are a reasonably stealthy group.
The last session may I guess well I don't know. I'm gonna say that might
You just hold your tongue,
speak
Robert.
otherwise.
You just hold your tongue, sir.
It does take you guys about an hour of working your way down the lanes of these mausoleums on the hill before you encounter one that fits the description that you are looking for. Set back into the side of the hill itself, it's really just about 5 feet of the mausoleum sticking out from the hill, and it has the worn geometric crest over the door, which is slightly ajar.
All right, this is it. All right, let's affix our bandito masks and slip inside. I'm going to soak mine with wine because I'm certain that'll make it better. Let the alcohol kill any bad juju that's coming this way, or at least intoxicate it.
I'll follow suit, but I'm gonna take a little swallow of the wine.
Are you saying it's my wine or your own?
I got my own.
All right, good. Stay out of my wine, mister.
All right, who's leading the way, yeah?
You want to take the lantern in, Stu, or do we want to send some of the fighters in with the...
Go either way. So I'm okay going first. If we're gonna put someone heavier first, I could have. I was gonna say I have the lantern. I've got a pole that I could poke in front of somebody as well, or give it to someone behind me with the lantern. Either way. What do we think?
I think I'm going to have a torch ready. And you have your lantern, I'll have a torch, and maybe we should just kind of slip inside and see what we see, and then we can jet out of here if we need to.
Sure.
Let's do it. So
Yes,
get
let's
yeah.
crack the door open a little bit further. Maybe use the pole for fulcrum and take a peek.
Well, the door is like a stone slab that has been worked a little bit aside, so you kind of gotta squeeze sideways to get through into this thing.
That's
And
the
it is
plan.
quite dark within, being that it is facing away from the sunlight itself, so you need to get yourself a light to look through to lead the way in.
Yeah, we're lighting. I'm gonna have a torch, and I think Gethin is gonna have his lantern.
Okay, and Gethin looking in.
Yep.
And the right outside the door, do we see any fresh tracks or?
Yeah, want to make a tracking check for me?
Okay, so how do I make a tracking check? Thought that would be something under thief skills, but I'm not seeing that.
No.
Oh, you are the letter minus. No, you don't know how to track.
Yeah.
You see, a bit of trampled grass and marsh, but you have no skill in tracking any more than Robert himself would have, walking around outside and asking about tracks.
I've seen Robert taste someone else's poop and decide how old it is.
Such a weird example.
We haven't seen that before. It happens all the
No.
time by the Native Americans in the cowboy movies.
Yeah.
About 3 days.
So I mentioned everybody. I'm like, do we see any signs of somebody coming in and out of here recently?
Yathos is no help.
Yeah, I mean, I can take a look. I was going to focus on the ground anyway, like leading into the doorway, so I could take a look.
I'll have my eyes. Algasa will have her eyes up, studying the ceiling and all around with the torch, while Gethin is looking at the floor as we go in.
But I see nothing but my own feet, apparently. 9 out of 12 target for me.
Okay. So Gethin, you make your way in with Agassa right behind you. Gethin, you are checking the floor itself, which is a dirty, grimy stone floor, but you are not able to pick up any particular tracks in it. With this door having been pushed aside, a good amount of debris has blown in here recently, and might have covered whatever tracks there would have otherwise been. Hagasa, you step in after raising your light to look up at the ceiling, which is only 7 feet up. It's not very high. The room that you are in is maybe 15 feet by 15 feet. In the center of it is a raised stone dais with a open coffin on top of it. The coffin appears to be made of some kind of shiny white material, metallic maybe looking, and the lid of it is thrown off on the floor. The walls on the left and right are carved with a lot of strange symbols themselves. Like weird arcane runes that are a little bit dizzying to look at.
Which way does the door open to? The east, west, south, or north?
The door to the mausoleum,
Yeah.
to the southeast.
Oh, so it's like on a diagonal on the hill or something?
I mean, the hill's not perfectly level.
Sure, you just gotta make it difficult, don't you, sir?
Would you draw in the graveyard?
Just the mausoleum. I don't know what's going on. I gotta prepare myself. What I think let's stay in here for a few moments at least and orient ourselves. Obviously, this isn't something that we're interested in. We'll have to call in our legerdemainist.
Yeah, do we want to take a peek over the...
Denrim, that's it. Denrim. I'm kind of nervous about all this, this iconography. So I think Elgasa is just like kind of paused with the torch up there as she just kind of looks around, wide-eyed, not exactly ready for this. But in retrospect, it since this was supposed to be a wizard with a wizard's device, it makes some sense. I think she's going to move back to the doorway and call for Denrim.
Okay, I'll come in and Where were the symbols? They were on the wall?
On the
Or
wall to the
sort of-
left, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I'll see what I can make of them.
Yeah. You go and look at these, and these are not like the kind of arcane symbols that you are used to in Magical books. They almost there's weird formulaic patterns to it that you can almost there's a logic to it all. And even though the symbols aren't in any language or anything that you understand, you feel like you could almost piece together something in it.
About how large is the dais that the corpse is on?
There's no corpse. There's a coffin on
Yeah.
top of
Sorry.
a dais. So
How large is the dais? And is it like long or is it square or how would you describe it?
I would describe it as slightly longer and wider than a normal coffin, and then the coffin is on top of that.
Okay. Is it like near the back wall or is it in the center of the chamber?
Right in the center of the room. Yeah.
Is it long ways to the left and right or long ways forward and backwards?
Long ways. Like you come in facing the foot of the coffin.
It's just like a
Looking at the
Go ahead.
sorry. Looking at the coffin itself, is there anything that is discernible there in terms of these symbols?
No symbols on the coffin. It is bare of any iconography. The lid has been thrown off on the floor, and the coffin appears to be empty. It is lined with a plush red velvet that looks kind of torn up towards the head. And peering over, now you can see that on the far side of the coffin, the floor is torn up, and a large slab of it is thrown ajar, and there looks to be a hole over there.
And the top of the coffin or sarcophagus doesn't have anything on it either?
No.
Just a plain stone? It's stone?
No, it's like it's a white metallic. It's kind of shiny and polished.
Oh, right. You had mentioned that. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, some dirt and grime on it, but where it isn't dirty is actually still reflective.
I think as soon as he mentions the hole, I think Elgasa would want to go look at that, not really wanting to mess with this strange other stuff. So, but a hole makes more sense.
Elgasa, you cross the mausoleum to the far side, and yeah, you see that there is a one of the flagstones of the floor has been broken and thrown up, and that there is a hole that drops down into a little tunnel below.
All right. Gethin, get the others. Can I see how deep it is from the torch?
Oh, just about 10 feet down.
Motion for the other ones to come inside.
While they're coming in, I'm going to pull out my dagger and make some scrapes into that metal of the lid and see if I can discern anything from that. Like, does it seem like a metal I'm familiar with, or does it seem like something that's alien?
It does scratch by your blade. It does scratch it, and yeah. Not sure what else to tell you on that. It doesn't seem alien to you, no.
Okay, but it doesn't seem like similar to silver or...
No, some kind of weird alloy.
Okay.
Are the inscriptions around the coffin some kind of prayer or protection on the, or part of a ritual to protect the dead?
It does not strike you as anything you recognize of necromancy.
Okay.
Is there anything about the way the floor tile has been pried out? Like, it just looks like tools have been used for that. Doesn't look like.
It looks like it came up from within.
Oh boy!
It was like thrown up from underneath, like this this tunnel that you're seeing underneath. Something came up from there. Robert, also, what's your chance to learn spell?
Chance to learn spell. Is that up on my intelligence?
What's your intelligence? What's
Yes.
your intelligence then?
It's 12, so I have 50% written down.
Okay, go ahead and do a roll for that since you had a moment of studying those sigils.
All right. Let me get the dice roller out. It is a 5.
Wow, only 800.
Yep.
Excellent. So yeah, those it kind of clicks in your mind that like that strikes you as a mathematic formula, like super advanced, and like it's continuing all the walls. Like somebody had written this crazy formula down on it.
But other than that, I don't know what it was written for, right?
Not a spell, really. I mean, you would probably kind of think of it as magical for something that advanced, but
Sure.
it's way beyond you as far as the what the math is.
Right. The rest of the crew hears me sort of mutter in amazement at this writing. I'm more interested in that than the tunnel right now.
Does it look like we can see like a large chamber, or is it a hallway? And does it like head to the south, to the north? Which direction does it go?
All right, it is a tunnel that continues deeper into the hill, and it goes down about 10 feet at a slope. Like you don't have to drop down, but it's pretty small. You'd have to go single file, and it's entirely of dug earth, not a natural cave or there's no construction to it.
So the smuggler guy, he didn't say anything about them releasing something or anything, right?
Nope. He
So-
said that they opened the tomb and were immediately struck by something. Which, as far as missing the vital thing, that would be that the tomb's already open and a gas is released and it doesn't stick around. So, yeah, you
So
guys were thinking that part.
you did mention that there was a velvet covering on the bottom of the casket. Did anyone mess with the velvet covering to see if there was anything beneath?
We have not.
Are you going to?
You're the one that mentioned it, Algasa.
Okay, I'll go back over there and check it out. I was just giving you an opportunity to do something worthwhile.
I could stand back and like scrape it to the side with a pole.
Yeah.
Well, guys, the first thing you notice is that from the head of it, there are 2 long, or 10 total, but 2 sets of 5, like hands, claw marks that have torn up the velvet, and at the head of it.
The lid of the coffin was set aside or is
It
or
was
it
thrown
was
off
broken?
on the floor, yeah.
Are there any marks on the inside of the
Yeah, you check the inside of it, and no, it is smooth, and it is also similarly lined with this red velvet.
Seeing the claw marks, then it shows wood underneath or stone or what?
Same material, like that metallic. Yeah.
Whitish metallic stuff.
Yeah.
Like tinfoil painted white.
There you go.
All right, but that means it's obvious that there's not any hidden cavities or anything. How tall is the dais that it's on?
Probably about 30 inches.
Okay, so 2.5 feet. What are there any glyphs or anything on the dais?
Looking at it, it looks like it might have had some words around the top of it that have been kind of worn down, unreadable at this point.
I'm gonna rip the cover of the inside of the lid,
Okay.
of the coffin lid. See what's
There's nothing underneath it.
okay.
Can the coffin be shifted?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's metal. It probably weighs 100 so pounds. But yeah, you can move it.
Can I try and shift it over?
Are you wanting to slide it off the dais, or?
Just slightly. Just kind of, as long as I can move it like maybe 6 inches in one direction.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. You can push it 6
Yeah.
inches.
Okay, and it moves fine.
It moves fine, and the dais underneath it seems flat and solid.
So, just to summarize, it seems like something quite a while ago dug itself out of the hill and was in here and tore everything up. When the dudes came in and they were hit by it but not killed, but then they died. Or when they opened the door, they were affected by the spores they released. And then whatever was here either went back into the hill or fled out into the graveyard. Correct? That's what we think?
Sounds feasible, at least.
It's a possibility, yeah.
All right.
Can we tell which way the claw marks, like which orientation they are?
Yeah, they were clawing like from the head of it back towards it.
From the outside, though, it looks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it gives the impression of something that like grabbed the corpse within and drug it out, tearing up the velvet as doing it.
And what's on the lid? It's on its back. So if we turn it around, what's on the surface?
It's smooth.
This is smooth and so it has no inscription. Okay.
Handles on the edge, but that's all.
All
Shall
right.
we put the lid back on the top of the coffin before we leave?
I think we should just head down into the tunnel.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
head down
too.
to the tunnel.
Yep.
Who do you want to lead? You want to lead with your pole? I'll follow you with the torch again, and then maybe Aethos or
Yeah.
It's on in marching order, right to the top.
Yeah. Yathos will go second.
And you'll need to label your tokens. Perfect, thank you. So Gelton leading the way, lantern, right?
I do have a lantern.
Right. I think you should use your pole.
Wait. We're not handling a pole that large one-handed. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, do you think the torch you're holding is sufficient, or?
No, I'll just use your lantern. Snuff out
Okay.
my torch for now.
Cool.
Okay, so you're carrying the lantern in the middle there?
Yeah.
Gelton, what are you doing with your pole? Just like checking the
Yeah, just I'll say normal caution. What I mean by that is, kind of sliding out the ground in front of me as we're walking with pressure, paying close attention to the ground in front of me as I walk, and then particularly left and right on the walls as I go forward.
The only other thing I'd ask is that lantern probably just directs light primarily forward, right? Or is it all around?
A bullseye lantern. It's a regular hooded lantern, right?
So it is giving me light back here. I'm just making sure in the back we've got light.
It's a bullseye lantern. Yeah.
It is a bullseye lantern?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got it written down at least.
Forward, like flashlight. So,
Okay.
You can just have my
So-
torch or start one of your own.
Yeah, one of us in the back should have a light as well.
a torch. You guys are in a pretty small area, low ceiling, kind of hunched over. A torch would be a hard time in here. A lot of smoke. So your lantern's actually working pretty well. It's narrow enough that those behind can still see like the dark figures ahead of them and move okay. And with Gelton checking, you guys can get through the tunnel okay that way.
Okay.
So Gelton, you are leading the way. It is very uneven ground, so it is kind of slow checking, poking at things because you don't poke it, hit something, and it's like, oh, it's just like a root or something. There's also like roots coming through the ceiling above you. It's all just dirt that has been dug out, and here and there on the sides are like little alcoves that have been dug out, and some of the larger debris shoved into it, kind of packed in, but nothing like large enough to turn down. It's pretty much straight going, and about 60 feet of following this tunnel up, your light, or I'll guess as light, shining, flickering behind you. You're kind of casting a long shadow ahead, but you can see it opens up, and you are sloping slightly down, but it looks like it opens up into some kind of cave up ahead. The smell, by the way, is a mix of rot and almost a musky canine smell in the air.
Oh.
Wonderful.
All right.
But yeah, your light from here can see that it opens up into a larger cave. You can't see how large from here, but you can see, you catch a glint of white on the floor, like little scraps of white. You suspect are a scattering of bones.
Lovely. Why don't we walk forward? I don't know, maybe 5-10 feet into the cavern, and Athos, if you want to put the lantern left and right, on the walls, just to see if we can get an idea of perimeter or how deep we can see at this point.
Okay. You guys proceed up, and you would measure this lantern as you kind of cast your light across it to be roughly, but very unevenly, 50 by 50 area, and casting it down to the south. It looks like there's maybe another tunnel that goes further down there. There's also lots of little dark alcoves and patches in the walls that you're not really able to see into from here at weird angles. In the middle of the room definitely is the strewn about bones of a human corpse. There's also, surprisingly, not all of it was bones, but there's a lot of torn up papers as well, scattered around.
Are there any exits to this cavern?
You see I said there's a tunnel to the south that you see.
How wide is that tunnel? 5 feet or 10 foot?
Pretty similar to the narrowness that you are in. However, before you are able to approach that at all, from said dark alcoves up on the north side, A sweep of the lantern catches 2 or 4 reflections of eyes in the dark alcoves there, as 2 creatures start moving in the darkness towards you guys.
Oh shit! I can't turn yet. I don't believe. I could be wrong though. I may have a TA ability of 1. Let me look. Yeah, I think it's.
They don't have. The dead doesn't have glinty eyes.
Turning ability for your Polina, right?
Yep.
That's not to level 3 for you.
Yeah, I didn't think. I thought it was not yet.
So, any declaration of actions?
Yeah. So we enter the cavern and we scatter around the entrance, right? We're not.
You've got about
We're not
10, 15 feet into the cavern. Yeah.
okay.
And you said there were some small alcoves all around, but an exit to the south.
Yep.
Yathos is going to set his spear.
Why don't we retreat? Do you want to retreat back to the hallway so whatever is in there has to fight us without being able to attack whatever it wants? But then you'd be the only person.
They are charging at you guys, so
they are charging. Yeah. Okay.
action.
I'm gonna imitate Yatos with my spear.
You're gonna do what? Sorry.
I'm gonna do the same as gonna stand beside Yatos and set the spear also.
And I forget what's your name again.
Ultron. Sorry.
Are both setting spears.
Yep.
I'm going to set down the lantern and pull out my bow.
Okay, if you set down the lantern, it's going to be just a single beam of light for everybody, and I'm going to put everybody at a -2 to hit for the darkness.
All right, if everyone complains, then I'll just keep the lantern out and draw my short sword and try and stand behind them and keep an eye on everything else.
Yeah, I also get behind the spear guys, but I got the 10-foot pole, and I keep that extended in front of them, to kind of poke at the creatures to try to keep them at bay, whether that's effective or not.
Okay. And Denram, what's Denram doing?
I'm going to prepare to launch a sling stone.
Okay. Go and get me a initiative check. These guys are coming in fast while you guys were debating things. So, Gabriel, you want to roll?
Okay. D6.
Yep.
A 3.
Okay, so they are moving in very fast. However, Olfen and Iathos managed to get their spears set before as they were approaching, so that'll be an attack on each of you guys. So you guys can make your attacks first.
Zach, are they 1-hit die creatures?
No, they're not.
Okay.
As they are approaching closer, you can see them a little bit better, and they look like a horrible abomination of man and dog crossed together and then undead at the same time. Long talons and fangs and slobbering fur and rot.
Yathos got a 20.
That'll be a hit, and you will roll double on your spear. then add strength modifier.
So that will be 7 for Yathos.
7 points of damage on. Yathos, you impale and kill it outright. Ulthan?
I missed. I rolled a 3.
You missed? Okay. Then Ulthan, you are getting struck. Or attacked at least. What's your AC?
It's a 5. I don't think the small shield counts on the receiving a charge, I guess.
Yeah, your shield still applies. He's in front of you.
Okay. So it's 4.
Yeah. So 4 AC?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, this thing attacks 3 times.
Hey, it's a ghoul.
Oof.
Claw bites. Let's see, that 13 would have hit you if it wasn't for your shield just getting up in time. So it attacks rapidly and fast. Claw bite, but you are able to keep it at bay. Alright, round 2. Algasa, you are still lighting it up with your lantern. You've got your sword, so if you wanted to come up and attack it, you can.
I think I'll actually try to sidle over to the side here to keep lighting things and let Ialthos move up and attack it if he does. Like change our front basically to cover that thing.
And Danram, you got your sling at the ready, but these things kind of moved into melee very quickly. Do you still want us to take a shot?
No, I don't. So
Okay.
I think I'm going to go ahead and just drop that down to the ground. And what's your feeling about? So I have a shield. So I was just thinking about like with a sling. Can I have loaded my sling with the shield in my arm, or is that not? Does not seem.
What size shield?
I don't know if I have
A regular one?
It's just a regular shield. Small shield.
Yeah, you could load it. Yeah.
It's like a buckler,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. It's got a thing, so you're just like loading a thing and.
Yeah, I loaded it, and I'm just gonna drop it to the ground and draw my falcata then.
Okay. Sounds good. Hobbs, why don't you roll initiative? 3 to 3.
Yeah, buddy.
Got it?
Yep.
Alright, everybody can make your attacks then. Minus Robert, if you're switching weapons and moving in, you'll still act last.
Okay.
Okay. Yay, 19.
That's a hit.
D6. Okay. A 1 plus 1, 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage? Okay. You stab it, your spear cutting into its thick hide, but it is still going.
Yathos rolled a 12 and a 13.
Any modifiers?
That's with the modifiers.
Okay. And your fighting ability is 1.
Well, yep.
Okay. The 13 will hit, the 12 will not.
Another whopping 2 points of damage.
2, okay. Anybody else meleeing it?
And you said I would go last, right?
You know what? That's I'm still thinking 2E's phased combat. No, we're just doing everything all at once now. So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. That should be. Let's see. What is it? That's a 15 to hit, which is AC 4.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that's for 6.
6
Point of
points of
damage.
damage does finish it off.
Nice.
Spear's poking it a little bit, but then the Falcata comes in and slices it down, finishing it.
Figured you guys needed some help.
Breathe a big sigh of relief. We're pretty sure, like the creature's hands were the right size to do the scratches in the middle.
Looking at these creatures, yeah, their claws look about right for tearing up that. And the scattered bones that remain are all gnawed on.
And these just look like corpses to us? Like,
I think you just killed.
yes.
I mean, the corpses of some kind of strange human-dog hybrid.
Okay.
But
Not our human corpses.
there was a human corpse or just human bones in the middle?
The bones that are in the room look to be human, and they are very chewed up bones.
Was it clear what like niche and in what corner like they came from? Can we go check that out?
Yeah, you can head over to the northern corner over there. And, I mean, there's just the cave. It ends.
Okay, got it. So they don't have like a little cubby hole back there or anything. They were just hanging out. Okay.
They were laying on anything. They don't have furniture or anything. They seem to be pretty.
You mentioned papers also scattered.
Yeah. There's a bunch of paper scattered around the room as well. Gather a few of them up and have a look.
Yeah, let's have a look at them. See.
Yeah, super moldy, crumbling, in bad shape, but they look to be handwritten notes that have similar mathematical formulas as what was on the walls up there. A little bit of looking around, you find a little bit of the torn cover, and it has a part of a name and like the journal of something that you can't make it out.
Oh, so the wizard, like, his things killed him? Or his creations killed him?
Maybe he was surprised. Maybe someone was studying the inscriptions around the coffin and got surprised by these creatures and dragged him down here.
I feel like this might be
Or-
the guy because it's as old as
Yeah.
older.
Or maybe they bury him with his journal.
There is a little bit of torn up cloth and stuff of whatever he was wearing, but it's too old and ripped up and stuff to tell what kind of outfit it was or anything.
Well, sounds like we go to the south.
Right. I retrieve my sling and sling stone.
Among the bones, maybe there was something metallic. Anything that might have been on the corpse, and was scattered when these creatures kind of ate him or chew him up.
Yeah, let me see.
Maybe
Also,
a signet ring, something. I don't know. Yep.
can we collect all the papers?
All of them?
If we have the time, yeah.
Got all the time in the world. How much time do you want to spend?
Well, Yathos will collect the papers while anyone else that's doing their search is doing their search. And when they're done, I'll be done.
Okay. We've got a handful of moldy papers.
Yes.
Gabriel, you were asking about any signet or anything. What you do find is the torn remains of a braided belt, and it has a little loop ring in it, like for holding something. not like a metal ring, but a ring in the belt, like that you would wear a tool or some device from, like a cell phone holder.
Okay.
So this guy's a total nerd.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that. Gotta spit on it, clean it, see if it has any inscription, any
No, it's not like a ring. I mean, it's a loop in the belt that you would hang something from.
yeah, I meant the belt, it must have survived the
Nope, just a braided belt.
okay. Got it. Okay.
Kilgas is going to search all the cubby holes in the cavern.
Okay. Yeah, going through, you find that there's actually additional crawl spaces that you could possibly crawl through, coming back through. On hands and knees, it looks like that might be where these things got in from. Kind of reminds you of like a rat's warren.
Do if I like shine the light down one of them, does it look like they I can see any papers or glint of coin or anything like that?
No, just dirt and
Okay.
dug out as if by hand.
So it's possible that they got in here from somewhere else, some other thing. Okay. Interesting. All right. Ready to go south, guys?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
Okay. The south tunnel, like I said, slopes a little bit more down, and there's it's actually kind of smooth floor, as if it has kind of washed out. It's like a little bit wet and packed mud, almost like clay, and slopes down a little bit, and then curves around and opens up into a even larger room. Cavernous area with a large pool in it, and in said pool, you can see a faint greenish glow beneath the water.
About how big do you consider this room to be?
To the far end of the pool, probably 40, 50 feet. The pool kind of goes off to the left beyond your lantern light.
How wide?
40 feet across, as far.
Oh, 40 feet long and 20 feet to either side or so?
No. 40 feet straight ahead is as far, you can see the other side. You've got the cavern wall just to your right, like you're entering it from a corner, I guess, of it. And then off to the left, as far as your light can see. So you're
got you.
about 60 feet, and that does not reach the end.
Does the smell of this room smell similar to the previous room we were in?
No, the smell of rotten stuff is kind of gone. Instead, in this, there's almost like the smell of like burnt ozone in here.
Is the glowing pool, is it diffuse, or is it one particular area that appears to be glowing?
Definitely one. Like, it's not the whole pool glowing. It's just like, hey, look down in there. You can see if something is glowing a little bit down there.
Does the pool start right away, or is there like 10 or 15 feet of beach? Or
Sorry?
is there like 10 or 15 feet of beach between like the entrance and where the pool begins, or is it like almost right away?
It drops into the pool.
Okay. Interesting.
And the pool is natural, right? It doesn't look like something constructed.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You think there's some kind of underground spring. Not uncommon in this area.
Let's put that pole to use. See how deep it is.
Sure. So just on the edge, I guess at first, or I'll if it slopes down deeper, I'll stick it on the edge and then sort of slowly start sliding it down.
It does slope a bit, but definitely goes beyond your pool. I mean,
Okay,
the pool goes deeper than your pool.
I see. All right. And then what's the relation to like where the source of the glow seems to be coming from compared to the distance I can reach with the pole?
Yeah, you would say it's about 20 feet out in the pool, but it's hard to judge the depth.
Okay. And then, and like how clear does the water appear to be, like on the edge, where it's shallow?
I mean, it's dirty, but
Okay.
not to where it's not like sludge, but it's dirty.
Okay. And then, what's the ceiling like in this room?
The ceiling rises roughly about between 10 to 15 feet above the pool itself, and is rough, but it's not stalagmites or anything. It's still just mostly packed earth.
Okay.
And fanning out a little bit from the entrance and looking at the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Are the walls similar to what we came from before? Are there niches that we have to worry about here? Do we see anything like that?
No, it's actually a little bit smoother in here, as if like the pool itself has kind of given everything a bit washed it smooth.
Okay.
Did you say what color the diffused light was?
Green.
It's a
Green.
greenish glow.
Greenish? I couldn't hear Robert was talking while you were talking.
Greenish.
Thanks.
Wood.
I was correcting you.
Who's going swimming?
Yeah, I'll throw out a couple ideas. No, sorry. Go ahead, Gabriel.
I don't know. I'm gonna cast while they are poking. I'm gonna be behind and cast locate the dead.
Let me take a look at that and see if that gets you anything. Locate the dead, huh? Alright, 30-foot radius. Locate the dead. Detect the presence of undead creatures. Does not distinguish between death and undeath. Okay. Penetrates 10 feet of earth, 5 feet of wood, 3 feet of stone. Can also be used to seek a specific dead person or creature if you have something personal on those. All right, so you cast that and kind of concentrate around. Actually, yeah, you have to be chanting and gesticulating and stuff, so you guys are all aware of the weirdness of this. But no, you don't get any sense of either death nor undeath around you.
Mainly towards the water. Just go to the edge of the water.
Doesn't tell you anything about locate life, but
Yeah, I know.
you don't detect any death around you here. Seems that those ghouls and the skeleton up above might be all there was down here. It's just a harmless pool beneath the tomb.
All right. Peter brings up a good point in the chat. How much do we care about glowing thing? Like we could try to retrieve it, or do we explore further before we decide whether to mess around with?
There's nowhere to explore.
Is there not? It keeps going beyond the light, doesn't it?
Yeah, but water.
I'm across.
Oh, I see. The water extends that way too. I missed that. Okay.
And we're kind of hoping this is like maybe where he hid his item or something drugged the artifact here. But you know, if it doesn't, to meta a little bit, if the spell doesn't discern between undead and dead, that also means that like nothing was killed down inside here either, right?
Right.
So
At least at 33 feet from the shore.
well, but the light's only like 20 feet from the shore.
It is.
So the passage dead into this cavern that has the pool. Is there enough like dry land? Like, is there a perimeter to walk around, or
No.
it just stops? Okay, I see.
Like,
I see.
in the pool.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't know how far it goes, or if the cavern and the pool goes beyond the light, the limit of the light.
It goes all the way to Underborea.
Um, let's see if there's something alive in this pool then.
Yeah, is there rock and rubble around we could throw in to see what we can disturb?
Yeah, I wasn't so much thinking of throwing in, but I thought, like, if someone goes to like one far side of the near shore, wherever we're at, and like maybe you take the pole, splash it around like on that side.
There's no shore.
Well, it stops, right? Like, how much horizontal space is there exposed to the pool from where this ends? Is it just the tunnel? Sorry, you
The
said
tunnel
8?
ends and then it falls, I think.
I mean, it slopes down, so I mean, there's like
Okay.
10 feet of water line if you want to defend the coast.
All right. I mean, same idea still stands, I guess. One person can stand at the edge of one side, reach the pole, and like splash across, or climb the earthen wall to go further in to cause splash or distraction, while maybe I on the far end dips in to go swim. I can't quite make that.
No, move
it's
to the
not-
other side. To the other side, Jason.
I can't see when I do that.
It's all right.
What about dragging one of the corpses down and throwing that in?
Sure.
Nice.
Go fishing with the hound.
This is my interpretation of what he said.
Chum the waters.
Nice. Cool map.
Colorful. Very nice.
Yathos will go up and grab a corpse and start dragging it down.
You're going to grab one of the ghoul corpses? There?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gross. Make me a save versus death.
Bad decision.
Nah, just like a vomiting or something, I'm thinking, but you'll be all right.
What's that? 17?
You got a 17?
Yeah.
All right. You get a bit of the filth and rotten grime on you, but not enough to make you sick. As you pull this down and bring it to the ledge, or you just dump it into the pool.
I'll bring it over as far away from the tunnel as I can and kick it into the pool.
Okay. It splashes in and sinks down.
I'm less enthused about swimming in here now.
You liar. You're all about it.
It actually looks like it comes to rest fairly close to the light. Like the slope of this actually leads about to that.
I should have tied a rope to it.
All right, what are we doing, guys?
Algasa murmurs.
Easy, we got.
It wouldn't be. I've dealt with worse things, and she wraps a rope around her a couple times, knots it with a sailor's knot, and tosses it back to the others as she moves along the northern, or along to the right along the wall, and then away from the thing, and then kind of tries to go down the slope. See how deep she can get.
Okay. She diving for it.
I wouldn't say dive. I mean, she's walking. Yeah. And then if as close as she can get, then she'll dive down, because she should be able to see the light when she gets underwater, maybe, and then use that.
Okay.
She'll
Yes.
swim with a dagger in one hand, I think.
Okay. Dagger in hand. Who's holding the rope?
Yathos is strong. He will.
Athos is holding.
Yeah. Ulthan is holding the rope too with Yadas.
I will take the lantern and hold it up so we've got light.
Make me a test of dex there, Holmes.
Test of Dex is a 3 and 6.
3 and 6.
Oop, where am I trying to get to? Right here. Open this. Do this. Yeah, baby.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you are able to actually follow that light down there, and we'll reach out and grab whatever this thing is. You feel some kind of metallic rod about 10 inches in length that you get your hands on, and start pulling it up back up. As you come up the water, off to the in the darkness where you are not able to see, you just catch a glimpse of something large and dark move over there. Without a light on yourself beyond this rod in your hand, all you catch is just the faintest impression of a dark shape.
All right, time to swim for it. Tug on the
But
rope
yeah,
3 times and swim out.
Up to the tunnel with these guys. As you climb out and find this rod in your hand, as soon as it's like out of the water, the glow stops from it. That fades quickly. It is a black metal rod about 10 inches in length with a silver metal head with like 3 prongs coming off of it, and then a series of weird symbols coming up the length of it that vaguely correspond to some of the stuff you saw in the symbols upstairs.
Something wicked this way comes. Let us be off, friends.
Okay, you guys gonna retrace your steps?
Yes.
Yes.
You climb your way out of the tunnel, and you were only down there for about an hour, emerging into the, I guess, mid-morning light. Yeah. Mid-morning. The fellows that were down by the wall are no longer in sight, and nobody else is there to accost you outside the tomb. So you have successfully recovered it.
This was too easy.
Easy
Can I
for
use-
you, Elgasa says.
Can I use the pry bar to close the tomb?
Yeah. Like you can use a pry bar, kind of lift it a little bit, and get somebody else to slide it while you're lifting it, and yeah, you're able to replace it.
My cat needs a place to lay down on my desk, if you're wondering what I'm doing. She returns.
So now looking at the thing Algasa recovered, does it has any? Does it glows? I mean,
No, the glow went away after you removed it from the water.
Does it has any inscriptions?
It has a series of runes going up the length of it on one side. They match the kind of mathematical symbols that you saw within the tomb.
Does it has any ring that fits the?
It is the appropriate width to rest inside the ring, the loop on the belt, and that the head of it would catch it from falling through. So, with that belt, it would sit nicely there.
Is the head just like an orb, or does it look like a skull, or what?
The head is like a silver plate with 3 prongs coming up.
Like an extension cord? Like I'm holding a rod and then there's 3 prongs. Are they're just circular prongs?
Sure.
Cylinders, I guess, would be better. Okay.
Does it look more like kind of in the vein of a trident, or are they in a circle?
So the plate at the end of it is a circle, and there are 3 prongs that come.
How similar is that to the mathematical symbol on the crest? Is that the same, or is that different?
No, it bears no resemblance to that.
No resemblance to that one. Okay.
I think we should get out of the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna go give this to a Vec, and he's going to be become very powerful.
Or we book it back and try to tame the beast ourselves. Or we give it to him. That's fine.
I don't know.
I doubt the thing will help tame the beast.
I don't know. He seems rather rather informed.
Maybe it will be his own demise. Maybe this is something from Underborea itself, some artifact that something there will want it back. Maybe we shouldn't hold on to it. In fact, maybe that's why something came out of the underneath the tomb itself.
I have heard that strange things can happen from holding on to things that you don't know about.
I say we give it to him and get our info. Not worry about it.
All right.
Maybe some kind of magical cattle prod or something.
All right. Are we making our way back then to?
Would he be able to read the magical formula out loud or say it out loud, like X equals ABC squared or something?
Would who be able to?
Denram?
Denram.
No, he doesn't really know the language of it. He was just able to identify that it is
Okay.
mathematical.
Like I didn't know if it might be like some kind of verbal component that fires the thing or something. That's all. That's why I was saying that. Okay.
Yeah, if you are able to work it out, you might be able to know what the symbols on the device itself are, what they mean. But yeah, it's beyond and that 12 intelligence. Come on, Einstein.
All right. Let's head back to the smugglers, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys make your way back through Khromarium. Midday at this point. It is quite busy. The markets and bazaars are going. You can hear some noise and shouting from the arena as you pass by, as the latest patsies are probably getting killed or something. And off to the Four Corners, where are you guys going to try to sneak in, or are you just knocking at the door?
Just knock.
Knock.
So you knock at the door, and a little window slides open. Guy glares out at you guys, looking surprised, and then hesitantly opens it a little bit. You recognize one of the fellows that you crossed blades with last night. So it's you're back so soon. Have you recovered the device for Avic?
I don't deal with minions. Take us to
Yeah.
Avec.
I thought you'd be on night duty after the other one died.
Well, no, I'm on an extra long guard duty in the front. Thank you very much. Come on. And he thumbs you guys to head over to the barn.
Don't give me those eyes, Stu.
Right over in the same barn that you met with Avic before, or warehouse, sorry.
Yeah.
You see Avic is up in the loft area at his table. He looks down at you guys coming in and calls out, "Are you coming back successful, or coming here to report yourselves all diseased and insane? Because I'm fresh out of sympathies."
I start coughing.
At most insane, but we are not diseased. Come, tell us of the priest. Take your wand.
Alright, he takes the rod from you, looks over. Fascinating. Oh, very good then. Very good. Did you run into any trouble?
No.
Well, an easy task then. I suppose I feel that I'm overpaying you at this point.
Well, trouble. Everything is relative. Trouble for us isn't necessarily what trouble would be for someone else.
Is there anyone else in the room, or is it just him?
There's a few of his guards in there.
Okay.
Professionals generally make amateurs look bad.
Oh, I see. So there was trouble, but no trouble for you. Oh, very good. And this,
That's what my fair companion said. There was no trouble for us.
you have earned a reprieve on the debt that you owed me for killing one of my men, then, as well as the location of the priest you are seeking. He was trying to uncover an old shrine of Lunaqua that he needed to find. And it is located in the old town under one of the towers there. He seemed to be a matter of some urgency for him to be able to conduct his priestly affairs there. I'm not sure why he couldn't use his usual temper, being a member of the cloth and all, but I suppose even priests of Lunaqua need some secrecy from each other.
So this area up here.
Yes, section
5.
dark purple.
What do you know of the old town then?
Slums entirely. There's a tent city of beggars, thieves, drug addicts. But there's also the ruins of the old towers. They think that this was probably the citadel for the old city, was the entire inner walled area there. But it is all crumbled ruins now. Quite dangerous area, though.
Does he know the specific tower he went?
Yes.
Or it's one of the towers we have to...
He can tell you exactly where it is.
Let's go find this guy before we, lose the leads that we currently have.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yep.
I'm going to take a quick bio.
Okay. Yeah, me too, actually.
Why is everyone so quiet?
Very quiet. Alright, guys. What are we doing? You guys want to head straight for the tower? The old temple?
Yes.
Does anyone know anything about like the protocol for such a place? Like, is it a current like practicing temple?
No.
No.
It's in ruins.
I see.
In Old Town, it is pretty much unpatrolled. You'll see no city watch there.
I think we're gonna head straight for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what other
Yeah.
prep to do here. Let's just do it.
Okay. So early afternoon then that you guys are making your way through to the old town there, following the directions given to you by Avic. Yeah, old town, absolute slums. Most of the old structures are crumbled ruins, and sort of a shanty town has been built up around the ruins itself. Lots of beggars, lots of lotus-addled people sitting around there. A lot of people kind of accost you for coins or trying to sell you drugs themselves as you make your way through. Few people start to follow you guys to see what you're up to, but the look of you guys armed and clearly up to something seems to dissuade them from getting overly involved, other than just as a curiosity. And you find your way to the tower that he described, which is basically collapsed into just a single floor, or like almost a broken shard of this wall sticking up of the second floor, and then adjacent to it, off of it, is a little chapel exterior to it. You can see that there is light coming from inside it. The only entrance that you can see would be the double doors to the front of it, which are currently closed.
Do we want to knock or do we want to try and sneak in?
We'll kick the door.
You go kick the door. Why not?
It's a knock of sorts.
Throw your tokens on the east side, please.
Oh shit.
Inside the map, please.
Oh, I didn't know if we could all get in at once or what. That's why.
Doors. You kicked your way open. All right. You enter into a sanctuary. High pillars flanking it. Pews scattered around. At the door kicking open, a couple of absolutely ragged, filthy-looking fellows in the pews with glazed eyes kind of slump around looking at you guys in surprise. Up at the altar, seated on a chair, reading from a book, you recognize the description you've heard of Zarpiltos, who starts with surprise and calls out, "What disturbance is this? This is a house of Lunica."
And Boreas' strong wind just knocked down your door. I'm gonna run for him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on here? Do we ever want to talk about anything to anyone?
I never said I was gonna kill him. I just said I was running for him.
You're charging him?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm charging for the book, honestly.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I dive underneath a pew.
Taking cover. Denram?
I'm going to draw my Falcata, and I'm going to move over in the direction of that guy to the right.
Okay. Holton?
Ulthan is gonna raise his crossbow at this the guy to the left.
And Algasa?
Take cover with a bow, heading towards the pillars. If you can get to the pillar, if she can get to the pillar.
All right. Stu, why don't you roll initiative?
All right. It's a solid 1.
Okay, so
Come
they
on,
are acting
Stu.
first. However, the two figures there are too drug dazed to really do anything. They were just slow reacting, getting up, drawing short swords and daggers, but nothing else. So Athos, you get to about here when Zar just points at you and says, "Die!" Make a saving throw versus spell.
Sorcery?
Yes.
That would be a fail.
That'd be a fail. All right. You guys see that Iathos was charging towards him, and at his latest command, Iathos just collapses to the floor.
No, Yathos.
All right. Other action. So, Gasa, yes, you can move over to the pillar there. Who had the crossbow?
Ulthan,
You want to take a shot at one of those guys in the pew?
can I switch my aim to the priest and shoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is a range of
Like
80, 85.
I don't know if he's behind any altar or anything. Maybe he has cover. Okay. Nice. Natural 1.
Another one. All right. So yeah, you spin to take a shot at him, and like the bolt goes off like as you're trying to change direction, so it just shoots into one of the pews. All right. Am I forgetting one now?
Agasa has her bow out.
Okay. Yeah, she can take a shot.
Another natural one. What the hell?
Place is cursed.
And I wasn't attacking Zach, but like my intent was to like dive below the pew and then like start kind of rolling, kind of underneath them. I don't know if
Underneath the pews.
yeah, to try to like make my way closer, but maybe not have my location known exactly.
Okay. Give me a hide check. See if you're noticed doing this.
I'm sorry, what check?
Hide.
Hide. Yes, got it. 5-12 is target. Oi. Okay, it's a 9.
So yeah, these pews are kind of broken and stuff, and you're crawling under them and end up like knocking into them, knocking one of them over, and you feel like you are definitely observed.
Classic.
Okay, round 2. Iathos lies dead on the floor.
Well, did I make it over to the one on the right? Because I was moving towards that one.
You were moving to attack with a sword, right? With Falcata?
Yep.
Yeah, you can make your attack then.
Okay.
In which case, he will also get to attack you. He was slow to move, so he's not going to reach you. But if you're entering melee with him, he'll get to melee you as well.
So I'll have a 16 to hit, which I know is like AC
3?
I'm not 3 or so. Yeah, let's see. 16 is 3. Yep.
He also hit you for 4 damage.
Okay. Oop. And then I didn't clear mine out, but it's 4 damage for mine as well.
4 damage? Let me see how much this guy has. He's still standing.
Okay.
Uh,
And you said 4 for me?
Yep, 4 for you.
I have a. Oh, sorry, I don't have a crossbow. I have a short bow. My bad.
That's fine.
And I have mastery since I didn't move. Do I have another shot?
Yes, yeah, you can make your second shot.
Okay. Uh, 15.
That's a hit. Damage?
4
4
points.
Okay. Yeah, the arrow sinks into Azar, but he's still up. Right, round 2. What are we doing? So Denram, you're in melee. Gethin, you've been crawling on the floor and knocked over a pew. Do you want to get up and join a melee or do something else?
I want to get up, but I am going to start going like this way around the pillars.
Okay.
Trying
Gareth
to.
the sword's going to charge Algasa, or rather Olthen. Yeah, Olthen's more in view. So Olthen, Algasa, what are you two doing?
I'm going to fire my bow, but I want to shout out to the priest. Give up the book, priest, and we'll let you and your filthy minions live this day.
A lot of shouting. All right, initiative, please.
Whose turn?
That would be Robert.
All right. 4.
All right, so they are acting first. So, wounded guy has attacked against Denram there. You're okay. This guy, oops, didn't. What did I?
Say.
Somebody must have like cast
Like a potion of diminution.
Get rid of that.
right.
They're new on there. All right, this guy gets to Olthen and makes his attack. Ooh, what's your AC?
I'm using the bow, so I don't have the shield. AC 5.
AC 5. Yeah, that's a hit. For 6 points of damage, or 3 points of damage, I mean.
Okay.
And the priest answers not with negotiation, but rather with another spell. And
Is it a silence spell?
darkness.
Ooh.
He plunged Denram, Gethin, and one of his guys into darkness.
Oh, shit.
All right. So Denram and Gethin, you guys are completely blinded, trying to find your way. Denram, you are still in melee, so you can fight, but at a -4. Gethin, you will have to make a tested dex to try to find your way out of this darkness.
All right.
I'm still gonna swipe in the direction that I think that guy is in. Is that fine? Can I make my attack?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
It's -4, you said.
-4. Yep.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 on the die, so not
I got-
gonna happen.
You are whiffing in the darkness. And did you make it out?
I did. I can't access my token, and I was also curious, like, will that limit my full movement? getting out as well.
Like all you'll be able to do is reach out of here, but in the direction you intended.
Cool.
Olton, Augusta, what are your actions?
I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go,
Okay.
brother.
I'm gonna use my bow to try to disarm the guy, to hit him.
Okay. So to disarm is going to be a -4 to your attack.
Okay. Let's see. That's 14 on the dice plus 1 strength. That's a 15. -4, 11.
So hits AC 8. Not going to do it. He's able to avoid your strike with that.
Okay.
Algasa?
Gossa will fire at this troublesome priest that's caused so many problems for her and her companions. Boom. A 6. Did she get 2
Here.
shots or?
You get 2 shots, yeah. What was the famous line? Will no one rid me of this troublesome priest?
Where's that line come from?
That's what got Archbishop Beckett killed. By
Are we within 50 or short range or anything? Or
I think you're at 85 feet or so.
85, holy shit.
Something.
At 80 feet, yeah.
So middle,
Yep.
mid range. Is that a minus or anything? It's still a miss either way, I'm sure. I have a +1, that's it.
Yeah, medium range is -2.
Okay, miss.
Okay. Next round. Ulthen is in melee. Algasa still firing. Denram, are you going to try to blind fight this thing, or are you going to try to get out of here?
I'm going to drop to the floor and try to crawl my way back as far as I can remember.
Okay. And Gethin, you're still working your way around?
Yeah, I'm gonna still try to book it this way.
All right, sounds good. Peter, your turn to roll initiative, even though you're dead.
I got booted out of Owlbear, so someone should do it for me.
We'll back to Gabriel then.
Okay. 4.
Simultaneous then. Okay, so let's do range first. Algasa.
Let's go. Oh, so close to the 20.
What'd you roll?
Oh, nothing above a 10 yet.
Oh, okay.
Since I can shoot in point blank, that's 6 feet.
To shoot somebody that's in melee with you?
It says point blank and the minimum distance is 6 feet, but can I step back and shoot, or?
He's in melee with you.
Okay. So I'm gonna drop the bow and let's slide the buckler and swing the spiked buckler at him.
Okay. You guys are on simultaneous, and since you're changing the way, he's going to get his attack on you first.
Okay.
And he misses, so you can make your attack.
That's a 7 now.
Nope, that happened. Denram, you're going to make a test of dexterity here, but the guy that's fighting you blind will get to swipe at you. With penalty, he is flailing. No good. And
Okay.
you can move your full movement.
I fail my test of dexterity.
Okay. You are crawling around, smacking into a pew that you're pretty sure your companion knocked over a moment ago. You would have probably been okay otherwise.
Okay.
The priest is continuing to cast spells. This
Jiminy
time,
Christmas.
he got some spells. This time he
Yeah.
points at Algasa
Uh-oh.
and says a curse against you, and this will be a cause light wound spell. I can check what that does.
Doesn't have to touch me.
Oh yeah, he might not be in range. Let me see. That is a touch one only. Okay, so never mind. He does not do that then. In that case, he's just going to move away over here and take cover and pillar. All right. So that was round 4.
I didn't finish my movement, so I was gonna book it this way when he was up there. I know it was simultaneous, and he was I guess he was like kind of running away.
Yeah. So you're headed towards the pillar, and he's headed down.
Yeah. So if I'm doing nothing but running, it looks like I can make it next to him.
So what's your movement?
40. I'm measuring.
I would let you adjust there, so you can catch up to about right up to the altar.
Okay.
Cool.
So like here, is that what we're comfortable with?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this is round 4 then. Yeah. Algasa, what are you doing? You shooting at him? He's gonna be undercover as well now.
Well, I couldn't hit him before, so using Gelthin's rush, she is going to do similar, and she can move half and then fire, or she can move full and fire.
Half on fire.
All right.
All right. Denham, are you still trying to get out?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out of this darkness. I'm still moving to the back, though. I'm not moving forward. I'm moving backwards.
And Gethin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna intend to rush the priest and stab him with both my short sword and dagger.
Charge attack or
Okay.
regular advance?
Sorry.
Just for AC purposes, damage purposes.
Oh, I guess can you combine charge with 2-weapon fighting?
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's what I'm doing then. I was booking it for him, so let's do it.
Okay. Then he will turn his curse on you as you approach. Initiative, Hobbs. Beat it 2.
This is it.
This is looking good for you.
Boom. Yeah, boy.
All right. Bolton, Gethin, go ahead and make your attacks.
Oh,
Gonna swing again with a shield. 15.
That's a hit.
primary. Oh yeah, it's at 18. I'm just gonna roll my second.
That's a hit. And remember, you're at a +1 damage for charging.
And then 5. Okay, so the first one I think was the only hit on my short sword is 2 damage.
All right.
So the shield, you said it was D2?
Yeah,
That shield
shield
is-
bash is D2, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Plus strength.
Yeah, 2 damage total.
He had 2 hit points.
He get impaled in the spike of the shield.
Yeah, so you smack him with that, crack his skull, and he drops with a stagger. Denham, go ahead and make your test.
I failed again.
Okay. Then he's still attacking you.
Toppling the pews and falling. And
With the penalty, it's still nothing. Agase, so you were moving up, trying to get a better line of sight on him to charge. Your companion is now in melee. Do you want to try to shoot at him anyway?
No, can I move instead? The rest of my movement?
You can do a move, yeah. Okay, round. Oh wait, no, I didn't do. I didn't do his spell on you. So Gethin, since you've gotten in close, he's going to use that cause wounds on you instead.
All right.
And that will be just a D8 points of damage instant. But he does have to make a successful touch attack on you.
Ah, okay.
And you are at a -1 because of the charge, but he rolled a 1 anyway, so not.
Boo.
And he does lose the spell when he does that, so it's still cast, despite the fail on that.
He didn't touch himself.
Oh boy. Ba-doom.
All right, round 5 then. Okay, initiative. Stu.
All right. Oh, simultaneous.
Oh, I should have asked. Algasa, are you advancing for melee? What are you doing?
Advancing for melee. Drop my bow and pull out my falcata.
But not with charge.
I'll charge. What the heck? He's not going to attack both of us.
All right, and we got simultaneous. So, Denram, let's start with you and the guy flailing around at you. I rolled a 1. Let's see if you can finally get out.
I'm still trying to get out of here. Nope, I fail again. 4.
Oh, man.
Right. Spending all this time in the darkness. All right,
Yep.
simultaneous. Well, no, Olton, you've already knocked out your guy, so I should ask what you're doing, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna move to Yathos.
Okay, you run up to check on Athos.
Yep.
He is breathing. And then we have simultaneous down here between Zar, Gethin, and Algasa. He is trying to cast a spell. Now, these are going to be simultaneous, so if either of you hit him, he'll have to make a concentration check to get it off. So both of you can make your attacks.
Nice. It's 6 with primary. And that is a 14 on the dagger.
Oh my god. 10.
Yeah, 14 on the dagger.
14 hit.
All right.
Yay.
10 Hobbs.
Yeah, 10.
And that does not hit.
3 damage with a dagger.
Do I get a +1 to hit? Sorry.
You get a +1 to damage with the charge. Not
Okay.
And then he needs to make a saving throw. Which I'm trying to remember. Does anybody remember where the concentration check is? There it is. Found it. Roll a 3d6, add the sustained damage, and if this is equal to or less than his wisdom. Okay, so 3d6 plus 3. Because of 15. What's this guy's wisdom?
There's no way that possibly works.
14 wisdom. So he breaks his concentration. He loses his spell. He is bloodied and battered, and the spell fizzles to his shock and anger. Round 6. Iathos. You come to the command that had entered your mind telling you to die. You did your best to obey, enraptured by the spell, but you find yourself absolutely unharmed.
I will stand up and throw a spear at him.
Hey, easy. We're in melee
Whoa.
over here.
Whoa.
He is in melee.
Whoa, whoa.
You guys are fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh shit, I'm worried.
Is it this kind of game? Oh, man.
It's this kind of game every time you play with Robert.
What?
Sorry, that would be Robert initiative.
Yep. 6.
You guys are first. Agasa, you're flanking, so take a +2.
I want to flank. Let's go. So I have a Falcata on one arm, and I'm parrying if he tries to attack me with anything with my shield. Offhand parry. God dang it. This is horrific. These dice rolls are terrible.
Get them.
Yep, I'm just going straight two-handed again. So short sword first. That's an 8. And nope. Net 0. Nothing for me.
Well, nothing. All right. Everybody else? Ulthan, Yathos?
Yeah, Ulthan calls for Denram. Are you okay? Follow my voice. Follow my voice to get out of the darkness. I don't know if like maybe gives an advantage or something to his role.
Yeah, tell you what, Denham, you can raise your chances 6 by 1 to get out of there if you are trying to crawl to Ulthan.
Yep, I'll do that. That'd be a 4 and 6, let's see. Ah, got a 1.
Unfortunately, the other guy knows it too, and so he goes that way, chopping with his sword.
You make it over to Ulthan. You are finally clear. Yathos, what are you doing?
Long range spear. I rolled a 7, which becomes a 9, and it's, as I said, long range. So
Completely misses.
yeah.
But misses your companions as well. Alright, Zar takes a dagger and stabs at Gethin. What's your AC?
It is 8.
8? Oh, he hits you.
Yeah.
For 2 points of damage.
All right.
And this other guy is still stuck in the darkness. Round 7, guys.
Come on.
You guys roll higher than an 8. Roll initiative first. I rolled a 1.
Do you want to roll again?
I rolled a 1.
Sure.
Oh, no, never mind. Pops roll.
So it's Simo. Let's go.
Yes. Let's do it. Gethin.
Oh, I got a 15.
Gethin gets attacked. Gethin takes 2 more points of damage. But I heard a 15 in there. I think that would probably be a hit. Kill.
Yep.
How much damage?
I had to look. What a Falcata does. A dice
D6.
6 minus 1.
5 points of damage.
No, 3
Kills.
points. 3 points. It's a D6 minus 1. I didn't say that yet. All right,
The
good.
priest dead underneath your Falcata. His blood pouring out over the dais of Lunica. The darkness that he had summoned immediately is dispelled, and you see the wounded figure over there who is just looking around in confusion, swinging a sword. And he looks over you guys and drops the sword. Says, "Please, the priest hired me just today. I had no idea he had such powerful enemies."
He's off. Yeah, go away.
He runs out the door. You don't have to tell him twice. And tucked inside the bloody robe of Zar, you find the prayer book.
Yes.
Of Vernia.
You didn't have to die for this, priest.
You say to his dead corpse.
To a dead corpse, yes.
Dying corpse. He doesn't have to be completely dead. He could have, like, give me some narrative control here, Jesus.
Alright, so that is where we will end tonight, with you guys having recovered. And you should be able to meet back up with Renia next session and figure out what you guys want to do next. Now that you have settled that, and you'll get a little bit of gold.
Alrighty. You want me to take us out?
Yeah, take us out real quick.
All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this trip and a journey through Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. Headed to HoffCon Thursday morning. So no Thursday night game at the Gamerhood. But at the very least, I hope we get back to find out what these guys are doing in Khromarium next week. Until then, stay alive. You got a job to do. And let's head out to TJ.
It's a beautiful day in the game, a beautiful day for my gamers. Would you be one? Could you be one? Sound about plunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate were